At the shores of the Black Sea, in the strategic port city of Constanța, Romania, an operation is underway. Rows of American armored vehicles, trucks, and support equipment are carefully maneuvered toward a massive ship, the Endurance, a U.S. vehicle carrier capable of transporting thousands of tons of military hardware across oceans. Soldiers of the 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team and the 1st Combat Aviation Brigade, both part of the historic 1st Infantry Division, are in charge of the task. Their mission, to load every vehicle, every piece of equipment, and every component of their brigade onto the ship for redeployment back to the United States. But behind this seemingly routine logistical movement lies a much larger story, one that speaks to the very heart of NATO's strategy in Eastern Europe, and to the growing tensions that define the security environment in this region. The operation in Constanța is part of Atlantic Resolve, a U.S. and NATO initiative launched in 2014. Its origins trace back to a period of rising instability in Eastern Europe. Atlantic Resolve's goals are clear: to deter aggression, to reassure allies, to strengthen interoperability among NATO forces. Since its launch, thousands of U.S. troops have rotated in and out of Eastern Europe, deploying to Poland, the Baltics, Bulgaria, and Romania. They bring with them heavy armor, helicopters, artillery, and state-of-the-art logistics systems. Each rotation demonstrates not only U.S. capability, but also commitment. Why Constanța? The answer lies in geography. Constanța is the largest port on the Black Sea, a critical hub that connects Eastern Europe with the Mediterranean and beyond. Control over this port means access to vital sea lanes and influence over the security dynamics of the entire region. For NATO, Constanța is more than a harbor, it is a message. Every vehicle that boards the Endurance here, every piece of military hardware that arrives or departs, signals the enduring reach of the alliance. On the ground, the operation unfolds with discipline and precision. Convoys of armored vehicles approach the port in tight formation. Soldiers direct traffic with hand signals and radios, ensuring each piece of equipment is lined up perfectly. Heavy vehicles roll onto the steel ramps of the ship, their engines echoing through the harbor. Once inside, chains and clamps secure the vehicles for the long voyage ahead. To the untrained eye, it may look like an ordinary transfer of cargo, but for military planners, this is a demonstration of logistical power projection, the ability to move an entire brigade's worth of combat equipment across oceans at will. The departure of these vehicles does not mean the end of America's presence in Eastern Europe. In fact, it is part of a deliberate cycle. When one unit returns home, another arrives to replace it. Fresh troops, fresh equipment, and renewed readiness. This system of rotational deployments ensures that NATO always has a credible, combat-ready force on the eastern flank. The message is unambiguous. The United States and NATO are present, they are capable, and they will respond to any threat. Atlantic Resolve is more than a show of strength, it is also a laboratory of cooperation. During each rotation, American troops train alongside their NATO counterparts. Romanian soldiers, Polish soldiers, and others from across the alliance participate in joint drills, river crossings, live fire exercises, aviation support, and complex combined arms maneuvers. These shared experiences build interoperability so that when the time comes, NATO units can fight as one, regardless of nationality or equipment differences. At its core, this is about preventing conflict, not provoking it. By building a stronger, more unified alliance, NATO hopes to discourage any potential aggressor from ever testing its resolve. Every camera pointed at the port of Constanța captures not just vehicles boarding a ship, but a story about balance and deterrence. For allies, it is reassurance. NATO is here, and the United States is committed. For rivals, it is a reminder. Any attempt to destabilize the region will meet a unified response. This is the delicate balance of power in the 21st century, where even the movement of vehicles onto a ship can carry geopolitical weight. The 1st Infantry Division, known as the Big Red One, has been a cornerstone of American military power for more than a century. From the trenches of World War I to the beaches of Normandy in World War II, and from the deserts of Iraq to the training grounds of Eastern Europe, the division has stood at the forefront of U.S. military operations. Its presence in Romania is a continuation of that legacy, a reminder that America's commitment to Europe did not end with the Cold War. As the final vehicles roll onto the Endurance and the ship prepares to depart, one thing is clear: this is more than logistics. This is a message. A message about strength, solidarity, and deterrence. A message that NATO remains united, and that the United States will continue to stand shoulder to shoulder with its allies in defense of peace and security. What unfolds here in Constanța is not just about armored vehicles or ships. It is about the broader struggle to maintain stability in a region where tensions rise, and where every movement, every convoy, every rotation carries meaning on the global stage.